Hasan Piker is getting canceled over allegedly electrocuting his dog with a shock collar. You probably saw the video because this was last week. But we've got some more updates. The video, for those that haven't seen it, is Hasan's got a dog named Kaya, sleeps behind him, gets up and starts wandering around. Hasan then makes a movement with like his left arm. And then you see the dog yelp and go back and sit down in its bed. And he's like, Kaya, please lay down or something like that. And people immediately said he's reaching for an object. He's probably pressing a shock collar button. You can see in photos that Kaya is wearing some kind of advanced collar device. And then you've got Hasan coming out the next day saying this just vibrates and it has like a geo-tracker in it. But many people pulled up other videos, zoomed in, boosted contrast, and said, that is not the vibration model. Dude is lying. And now he is getting canceled by Pokimane and Lily Pichu, of all people. Shocking. Some people have pointed out that the model he's showing off doesn't actually look like the vibration model. He put weird tape over it. It looks like he may have broken off the electrode, the prongs, to electrocute his dog. In a previous video people were sharing, there's an individual commenting that the collar is much too tight and that you need to be able to get 2 fingers underneath it. And then Hasan has some weird wishy-washy response of, oh, well, you know, she got a lot of skin or something. Well, shock collars have to be tight because the prongs need to go into the skin to shock the dog. In another video, Hasan Piker says that he bought a shock collar, can't bring himself to use it. It's an old video, but we're going to go through the story and the evidence and watch the videos and talk about Hasan Piker electrocuting his dog because it's a story that won't go away. And my personal opinion is, you know, honestly, I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and say, yo, if someone was like, hey, Tim, we'll give you 90 to 1 odds, I'd be like, or I'm sorry, if someone said, Tim, do you want to make a bet Hasan Piker electrocuted his dog, I'd give it 90 to 1. You know what I mean? Like the likelihood of this thing being true, or I'm sorry, I'm saying this wrong. I'm saying the chance of it being true is like 90%. That's a better way to put it. How about that? First, here's the latest news. Did not feel right. Pokimane and Lily Pichu canceled their podcast with Hasan. They announced that they've canceled their scheduled podcast episode. Did not feel right uploading tomorrow's episode at this moment in time. The news began to circulate on X and Reddit. A tweet was uploaded by Dexerto. A bunch of likes. Many said that collaborating with an animal abuser might not be a good step for any podcast. Meanwhile, others scrutinized Pokimane and Lily Pichu for not bashing Hasan when he made some other controversial statements in the past because they don't care. See, here's the thing. Hasan can say all the crazy stuff about murder that he wants and violence. But hey, when you electrocute a dog on camera, that's the line. Allegedly. Now, he's denied this. Here's one tweet saying, you truly don't understand how bad the Hasan Abi situation is. Here is a time lapse of Hasan's dog sitting in the same spot for 4 hours and getting shocked every what can I
no matter where you are in the world of Hasan Piker and this the Hasan Abi.
We got to pull this one. Okay, hold on. Time lapse showing Hasan just electrocuting the dog nonstop. All right, let's start over. Here's an image. Someone said receipts for the retards insisting there isn't a shock collar on Hasan's dog. You can see the dog is wearing not just a normal collar. We then have, this is the video in question. Let's make it a little bit bigger here, and we'll play it for you. I know many of you have seen it, but let's play it again, and we'll here you go. All right.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
So he then looks back over. You can see here, he reaches for something. See his left arm. He reaches for something. There's his arm going to grab something. He leans forward a little bit. The dog's foot does not appear to be clipped on anything. It might be the case. To be completely honest, her paw looks like it might be, you know.
But just stop.
No, I don't believe it. Look, I don't know. But my personal opinion is he's electrocuting that dog, okay? And here's Hasan holding up this device.
About. This is the one that people are talking about. Okay, this is the one. This is the one that they saw. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. Are you happy?
All right, let's turn that down a little bit. Electrical tape. Yeah, why is there electrical tape on it? The standard 5-inch contact points, thicker fur breeds require longer one. And look at that. It's got these little nodes you put on it. I think he's electrocuting his dog.
It has the capacity to vibrate. And that's it.
I don't know, man. It looks like there's something there. Then there's there's this post where he's electrocuting his dog, I guess. So here's a photo. It says, all right, let's make it a little bit bigger. Contrast boosted to show tape job to cover up backside. There, that is taped up. Why is there tape all over it? Like, honest question. And what are these? Serial and model type is taped over. Whoa, bro. Yup. Because here's the shock collar model. See this circle right here and this node? You've got this node and this to charge it. The vibration model does not have that node right there in the middle that he's covered up with tape. Charging port at the top due to prongs, 2 holes along the side. Take a look at this. Yeah, you've got, it looks like he removed the prongs. For the vibration model, the charging port is on the side with no prongs. Oh, interesting. Look at that. Look at that. And they say, here's the shock collar. And you can see it's got this little button right here, probably a release, and the lights. And then you can see on the vibration collar, it does not have that button. Yo, that's a shock collar. That's a shock. Hasan is electrocuting his dog. Wait. Here's the compilation of him. This poor dog.
No matter where you are in the world, I'm Hasan Piker, and this is the Hasan Abi broadcast.
Time lapse, 4 hours. Every time the dog gets up, he electrocutes it. Well, when are you going to show me the electrocution, bro? Here's Hasan blathering on and jeez. Hey, props to Hasan for being able to talk as long as he does, though. Very few people can do it. Yours truly being one of them.
It is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go. Just stop.
All right, so that was at 2 hours and 19 minutes into the stream. The dog tries getting up. That's the one everyone saw where the dog yelps. And then Hasan blathers on for over an hour. What is this? So there's been one shock so far in 4 hours? Alleged shock? Is this wow. And then what is that? Hold on, wait, what? Here's a time lapse of Hasan's dog sitting in the same spot for 4 hours and getting shocked every time she tries to leave outside the view of the camera. Well, I don't know, man. People watch this for 4 hours? I don't know, man. But let's talk about this. Okay, I'm going to say, I think we looked at the evidence. I think we get it. Wine Entertainment says, straight nonsense. Quit hounding Hasan Piker over his dog collar. What? Why is the dog sitting there for 4 hours, bro? That's crazy. I understand that people love their pets, and if they were to own children, trust me, I live with a woman who considers her cat her biological daughter, blah, 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 blah. The video made the rounds because, everyone's crazy. A Twitch streamer got 6 million followers, blah, blah, blah. He continued, she yelped because she effing clipped herself on something when she was getting off the bed. I gave her the place command while she was getting off, and she yelped. She had broken the previous bed, blah, blah, blah. The argument of animal abuse isn't even made in good conscience, as news reported, pointing out that many of the comments were Islamophobic. That changes nothing. It followed the very natural progression of being a beloved public figure on the internet. At first, you have a tight-knit community of true fans. What is this? There are times when it's warranted and should have worked out. I'm looking at Jeffree Star. Okay. He took time out of his stream for his viewers to show his viewers the collar they had seen during the stream and debunk conspiracy theories. It has the capacity to vibrate, and that's it. He said plainly, as he shows the air tag that's embedded in the collar and the part that vibrates, saying that it also has a tracker and a flashlight. Ethan Klein used this as an opportunity to take another jab at him. Horrifying animal cruelty by Hasan as he activates her shock collar for one tiny step off her bed. She cries in pain. Poor baby. I hate all these people. I just hate everybody. But no matter how much he denies the allegations and proves that he did not use a shock collar, what are you talking about? Look at this photo. This is Hasan holding it up, right? Like, here's the video. You can see it. That's a charging port right in the bottom. Now look. Now hold on. What do I know? Okay. I'm just looking at memes on the internet. Is this the vibration model? No idea. The ET300A is a charging point for the prongs, and it does look like that's where the prongs go. And he put electrical tape over it for some. Who am I, right? Ethan Klein investigates shock collar controversy surrounding Hasan Piker. Oh boy, the incident which went viral prompted Klein. Klein, dressed in traditional Bavarian attire, set up the experiment in a radio station. Wait, what? During a recent episode, Klein showcased the same model of shock collar that Piker was accused of using. The device, equipped with a remote control and metal prongs, he did it in a radio studio and determined whether the collar could cause distress in his test. The footage captures the reaction. Okay, what do we got going on here? And this is hilarious.
Ooh. Hello. Berlin nightlife. Ooh.
You lost a lot of weight. Good for you, Ethan.
Trust me, they sound slightly different over there.
All right, I'm going up to 15. Shock me, daddy. Ooh. Ooh.
Is that it?
I mean, we heard you yell.
Yeah, it didn't. It was more. It wasn't super painful, but I didn't hold it down. I couldn't hold it down on myself.
Yeah.
Right. Just.
Yeah, I don't think that part even matters.
Is he actually on the radio? So objectively untrue, Hasan says the dog shock collar controversy won't have any impact on his media favorability. He's not wrong. He is not wrong. Look at this. Benny Johnson tweeted, Democrat Virginia AG candidate Jay Jones, who openly called for the murder of Republicans and their children, has taken a major hit in the polls. His opponent, Jason Miyares, gained 6 points in the latest numbers. You know, I saw this, and it's like, for those that don't know, this is Democrat in Virginia. And he's got these text messages from a couple of years ago where he was like, I want their children to die. I maybe he didn't say it like that, but he said something like, if the Republican woman's children die, there's a Republican guy and his wife, but he says if her children die, referring to the wife, then they'll move on policy. And it's like, wow, that's terrifyingly evil. He also says that given the option of shooting, Stalin, Hitler, and Pol Pot, he would. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was Hitler, Pol Pot, and the Republican speaker in Virginia. He said he'd shoot the Republican twice. Following this controversy, he only lost a couple of percentage points. Okay. So I said, the scary thing is that calling for the murder of children only knocks you down a couple of points among Democrats. You'd think anybody is going to abandon Hasan Piker because he's just sitting there electrocuting his dog. The dog's screaming. You think anyone cares? Like, the only reason that this Lily Pichu and Pokimane didn't put up the episode is because there's bad PR right now. Hasan could mercilessly just beat the dog with a stick on camera. And these people would only a few people would stop watching him. No, to be honest, I think if he did that, then a lot of these people might be like, I don't want to look bad for watching this guy. Like, Hasan's had his controversies already. He called babies in Israel worthy of death. And they were like, nah, sorry. His viewers didn't. He said, babies are settlers too. He was talking about using violent tactics against your oppressors. And this is what, like, the principal fallout between Ethan Klein and Hasan is. Because Ethan Klein is like, bro, not every person there is like an evil colonial settler. And he's like, yeah, they are. And he's like, bro, they killed babies. Like, babies are settlers. And it's like, maybe at that point, you should reflect on your positions. You know what I mean? My dude, there is no simple and easy reality for this, like, Israel-Palestine. The war is basically over for now. We'll see if it lasts. But this is the point. Hasan Piker sitting there being like, Israel's bad. And then people are just like, okay, we agree with you. And then he's like, even the babies. And they're like, okay, we agree with you. And he's like, and settlers should be killed. And babies are settlers. And the viewers are just like, yeah, we'll keep watching. We have no issue whatsoever. Bro, this is a guy who's gone on stream and just, like, outright called for murder in a video game. No, I'm pretty sure he's done it just, in general. But on an older stream, there's clips of him saying to, like, let the streets run red with the blood of landlords or something like this. And I'm sure there's more context to it. I hate taking videos out of context. But the dude certainly does play that game. advocating for violence in whatever stupid way that he actually does. Now he's getting scared because he lives in a house in L.A. and he's safe in L.A. for the most part. And I hope he remains safe. I don't want anything bad to happen to this guy or anybody, right? But he's getting scared now because the violence is escalating. And I think it was New York Times reported this, that after Charlie Kirk was killed, he was like, guys, stop, because he's first on the list for the right to go after the left, right? The right to go after the left. Am I correct? That's what I meant to say. Listen, PETA apparently is saying, I think there's a post from it somewhere. PETA was like, nah, he's all right. Don't be mad at him. Is it in this one? It's like a statement from PETA somewhere. I have it pulled up. Is it the dog controversy? It might be in the first one. Apparently PETA said, I don't know. I had it pulled up somewhere. Maybe. I thought I had it pulled up. PETA says, we hope it's not true. That's all. And you're like, guys, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you should actually investigate this. He denied the allegations. Yeah, this video they included where it's like a time lapse for 4 hours. Every time she gets up, he didn't stop and actually show us he's electrocuting the dog. He just shows the dog getting up and sitting down quite a bit. I mean, is there something that I missed? The dog does get up several times. And, but I don't know that he's actually electrocuting the dog every time he's doing it. They say, Hasan gave justification for his dog yelping, saying that she got clipped or something. Okay, whatever. They also okay, here's what PETA said. Hasan Piker has denied using a shot collar on his dog, and we hope that's true because shot collars are dangerous and downright cruel. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Hasan held up the collar, and it appears to be a shot collar. They're flooded with remarks and comments accusing him of being cruel to his pet dog and using a shot collar. He has denied all the accusations. The reactions did not just come from netizens and other streamers. According to reports from Times of India, PETA also weighed in. They say they also highlighted the dangers of using shot collars on animals, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, man. I got to be honest. I think he did it. I think he's a liar. I think he electrocutes his dog. I don't think it's natural that a dog is going to lay there for several hours. Seriously, in the same spot for 4 hours, and then it's just like a coincidence. The dog gets up to move around, and then all of a sudden the dog yelps and then just goes and lays down. My opinion, based on this, which I don't know for sure, is that Hasan electrocutes his dog. He's trained the dog that whenever the dog gets up, he will shock it, and so that's why it stays in frame in that position. I don't get it. Homie's very wealthy. He could just put the dog in another room. Some people have argued that he wants the dog as a prop behind him. Maybe it's good for viewership, people watching the dog, I suppose. Maybe I should put a turtle behind me, and then you guys can watch the turtle do stuff while I talk. Yeah, I think he did it. I think Hasan is a bad dude. I think he's a grifter and a liar. Certainly think he's better than most of these streamers, though, so I'll give him some respect in that regard, because I've talked about how a lot of these liberals, they want money for everything. Now, to be fair, we invited Hasan out years ago. This was during COVID, and he said yes at first. And then he came back and said that he didn't think he could do it because of COVID. He was concerned about traveling. And we said, all right, no beef. We get it. You do your show. If Hasan was going to take off his work to come do the show with me, that's doing me a favor. So I got no beef. But then he apparently had beef later on and was like, I'm not going to go on that show. But with all due respect, he didn't ask for money. I guess he doesn't have to. He's rich. Most of these liberals, when we say, would you like to come on the show and do a debate? They say, how much? And we're like, none. We don't pay anybody to come on the show because we cover travel and accommodation. And then we had this whole thing that was really funny where this chick, Olivia Giuliana, was like, I can prove they offered me money. And the funny thing about it is we didn't offer her money, but we have offered other people lots of money. Because that's the point. The liberals won't come out unless we pay them. So we had this Naima Trout. We asked her to come on the Culture War debate show, which we're doing live. I don't even know if we're going to be able to do it. This is crazy. Because there's a big protest plan and security's super nuts. But we were doing the Culture War live at the DC Comedy Loft this weekend. And she canceled because they were like, we want money, her booker. And then we said, we usually don't pay for these things. It's a debate show. You can come on the show or not. People don't, And then they were like, well, she's got to take off work, so she needs something. And we said, I think it was Alex Stein was talking to her, $500 honorarium, because it is a live stage event. We respect that. But we usually don't pay. We have discussing this for IRL, we don't pay. For the Tim Pool Morning Show, we don't. But for Culture War, it's on stage, maybe we'll consider it. And then she comes back, her team comes back a week later saying she's been offered $5,000 and wants $5,000 from us. And we were like, not going to happen. And the funny thing is, she like her person came back saying, I haven't heard back from you. Just wanted to make sure that, you saw this. And I started busting out laughing, being like, you dumb SOB. I don't think she got an offer for $5,000. I think she was like, I want more money. See if they'll pay me $5,000 for this. And then we were like, nah. And then they came back being like, please, we don't want to lose the money. And now she's out of it. Whatever. And then we immediately offered some other random leftist the $5,000 instead, which she didn't respond to. But I was hoping that she'd say yes, so we can be like, nah, you don't get it. She does. But she didn't want to take it either. I'll give you some respect for that, I guess. Not all liberals are motivated by money, just the big ones. I think they should investigate Hasan for torturing his dog. But I'll leave it there. Whatever. Stay tuned. Welcome to Tim Pool Show, I guess. This is the new YouTube channel. Subscribe, smash the like button, share it, all that stuff. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out.